So, you got ghosted. You thought everything was going fine, and then suddenly she stops replying. No explanation, just silence. And now you're stuck wondering what went wrong. Maybe it was after that first date that you finally landed. Or maybe things were going well over text for a few days, and then out of nowhere she vanished. For some reason you still don't understand. She just cut you off. And now you've been lying in bed thinking about it ever since. Getting ghosted definitely sucks. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, I'd rather someone just tell me straight up that I'm not their type or they're not feeling it, anything. But being left undelivered for 36 hours with no explanation, that messes with your head way more. At least if they were honest, you'd know what went wrong. But something about not even getting a reply, not even a reason, it cuts deeper. It kinda leaves you with this tiny glimmer of hope, even though deep down you kinda know it's over. And the days after are the worst. You keep rereading the chats, replaying every conversation in your head, asking yourself over and over, where did it go wrong? What did I say that was so bad? And yeah, maybe you did say something that wasn't perfect, but sometimes you actually did play your cards right. You were smooth, respectful, funny, and you still get ghosted. Or maybe you only thought you did everything right. And that's what we're going to get into. I want to go into 3 reasons why you might have gotten ghosted, so hopefully with the next romantic encounter, you can be mindful and hopefully make it out that talking stage. Reason 1. Sometimes you didn't get ghosted halfway through. You're already halfway out the door before it even began. And the truth is that some girls never had a strong interest in you, even to begin with. That first date, that first late night convo, it might have felt like something to you, but to her, it was already running on low effort from the jump. Maybe she just gave it a try to see. Maybe she was bored. Maybe a friend hyped her into it. But in her head, she wasn't committed, not emotionally or mentally. And that's not always about you. Sometimes people just test the waters when they're not sure. Maybe they think, I'll feel him once I meet him. But if that spark never clicks, they just quietly back out. It sucks, but it's a reminder that effort doesn't always mean interest. Reason 2. Okay, when you guys first started talking, she probably saw you as a potential match, but as you guys got to know each other more, she started noticing little things about you that she didn't really align with, and it wasn't really what she was hoping for. And because of that, her interest started to fade. And this usually happens because whether they say it out loud or not, most girls already have a basic checklist inside their head before meeting someone. For example, I need a guy who's at least X years old, has this kind of mindset, certain values, ambitions, and hobbies that I vibe with. Now in the early stages, like texting or that first meetup, you haven't really revealed much yet, so you're still in that potential zone. But every time you mention something about yourself, for example your lifestyle, job, beliefs, or even how you joke, if any of those things fall short of what she considers her minimum standard, her attraction quietly dips, like subconsciously. It's just a bunch of tiny details that give her the feeling that he's nice, but he's not quite it. And honestly, you can't really fault her for that because we all have standards, we all have traits that we're looking for in someone. What hurts is that you might have felt chemistry or effort from your side, but from hers, the disconnection was already happening quietly in the background. Alright, for those first 2, I think they're pretty quite hard to avoid. You can't really do anything about them apart from like improving yourself, like internally. So this one's literally so common and it's so easy to avoid, but I still see guys messing up all the time. Basically, maybe it was something that you said that was too forward, too flirty, or too overly sexual way too early. Or maybe you tried to make a move at the wrong moment, before she was comfortable, before any real connection was established. And the thing is, comfort with girls is everything. If a girl doesn't feel safe or at ease around you, nothing else matters, because you can be attractive, smart, funny, but if you make her feel uncomfortable, her walls will just go up fast. The thing is that girls don't usually say it out loud, but they feel it, and that's what leads us men to believe that we're doing okay when we're actually not. Like she's probably still thinking about that one awkward comment or that one off-timing move you made 30 minutes ago, while you're thinking that she probably forgot about it or that it wasn't that deep, but really that is when she mentally checked out. So what I do to quite easily avoid this is this. Would she say or do the same thing to me right now? If the answer is yes, you're probably in a safe zone. But if the answer is no, maybe, or even I'm not sure, just don't do it. Like slow down and let the connection grow naturally. The best moves are mutual. They flow when both people feel ready. And if you're at least somewhat emotionally aware and just paying attention to her, you can kind of sense when something is welcome versus when it's forced. The ability to make her feel comfortable, that's one of the most underrated forms of attraction, and if you get that right, you've already won half the game. But yeah, those were the 3 things I wanted to talk about today. Go back now and try think through the last time you got ghosted and try and match it up with one of these, and then try dissect what happened and like categorize it, and then actively from now on try avoid making the same mistake in future conversations, and trust me, it will get better.